girl asked me, what's my favorite position when I'm in the bed being intimate? Is it true that the older that you get, that your stuff shrivels up? What's the longest you've went without a shower?
They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Damion Crier, and I am back with another video. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed, and amazing day today. If you have not subscribed to the Crier family, you guys already know what to do. Turn that bell on. Also, you go over and follow me on my other social medias. There'll be a link down below in the description box. So I hope, again, you guys are having an amazing Friday. I wanted to do this video later on tonight, but because it rained today in Houston, finally, I was able to come home and do this video kind of early. As you guys know, during the daytime, starting off in the morning, I start my morning off the same every day. I go to the gym, I do my little workout, I post a couple little clips of what I'm doing, and I do other things for several hours of the day. But the rain hindered my ability today to be successful in what I was trying to accomplish today. So I was able to come home early, but that's not really a bad thing. So last evening, I put a community, I put up an Insta story on my Instagram, asked you guys if you guys wanted a Q&A today. And a lot of people answered and responded to the Q&A question that I posted. And I also put one on my community post right here on YouTube. And I said to leave the questions over on IG. And I even put my Instagram name in there. People still commented on the community post instead of IG, but it's all fine because I feel like when people do that, either they probably don't have Instagram, or they probably just figured it was easier just to go ahead and put the comments right there on that community post. So thank you all who participated, guys, and we're gonna have a good one today. So we're gonna get into this Q&A. You guys know how these Q&As go. Sit down videos usually go about 30, 35, good 40 minutes. So anyway, before we start this video, man, I just wanna say real quick, I know a couple times, I don't always wear my jewelry and stuff in every video, but this is Friday, so y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know it goes down on Fridays. It's the weekend. Somebody commented a while back and said that I was wearing 2 watches in my videos, guys. I don't think I've ever in my entire life have worn 2 watches on my wrist. So just to clear the smoke up for that little comment that was made about I wear 2 watches and trying to be like other people. This is a watch right here. This is a watch. This is a wristwatch, a diamond wristwatch. This is the diamond bracelet that actually matches this wristwatch. You know, so I really hate when people just be lying for no reason, but it's all good. That's not even important. What's important is we about to get into this Q&A. Okay, so I took the questions from Instagram, screenshotted them, as well as the questions from my community post over on YouTube. So if I missed any of your questions, I'm sorry. You guys just probably commented after the video was already being recorded. Also, there was a few people that I did send messages to or DMs to. They had questions about specific things, and I respectfully wrote them back or DM'd them back and told them, with all due respect, I do not want to answer this question. And I know you guys are probably like, well, what's the purpose of a Q&A, Mr. Crier? Well, the purpose of a Q&A is for me to answer questions that you guys ask. But if I'm uncomfortable answering the question, then I'm uncomfortable answering the question. I'm not gonna put myself in a bad situation if I don't have to. We have to remember, life is about choices. I have the choice to answer a question and put some negative stuff out there, or I could choose to stay and keep it classy, clean, and positive and walk away from it. So that's the reason why I do that. So yes, a Q&A is about answering questions that people want to know, but the questions that were asked of me were messy questions. I mean, extremely messy, and I will not be involved in that shit, man. That's just what it is. So again, I do apologize for the ones who will not be getting their questions answered today. Again, I screenshotted, I think, 20 questions, guys. So we're going to get into this. We're going to have to put his glasses on for this. Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, this question comes from, these first set of questions come from Instagram. So this is from Farrah Billings. Farrah Billings asked, how are you doing? I am doing great, Farrah Billings. I appreciate you asking me the questions. I am doing great. I have my moments where I just feel lazy and I don't feel like doing anything, but for the most part, I feel pretty good. So thank you for your question, Farrah Billingsley. The next question comes from Tyrek from off of Instagram. Thank you also, Tyrek. Tyrek asks, what is your favorite movie? Wow, I have a lot of favorite movies now. I've been watching this movie. Well, I've watched it a few times on Netflix. And I don't really watch Netflix like that too much. I'm more of a Tubi type person now. One of the movies that I've been watching a lot over and over is a movie called Captain Phillips. If you guys don't know what Captain Phillips is, it's a movie where a captain of a ship sails across the world with cargo, and the boat is boarded by pirates from Somalia. And it was a sad ending, but it also was a good ending. So something about that movie, I just keep watching it over and over. Another one of my favorite movies is an old movie. It's called Taken. And then another one of my favorite movies that's on Netflix now is called Safe House with Denzel Washington in it. I have a lot of favorite movies. I do plan on going to the movies and watching Equalizer 3 here real soon. I think it's already out about a week or so ago. I think I'm actually behind. I think that it's been out for like a week or so. So I do plan on going to the movies. So Equalizer 1, 2 is my favorite. 3, I can't comment on that yet because I haven't seen it yet. However, I do know Equalizer 1 was better than Equalizer 2. Just like Bad Boys 1 was better than Bad Boys 2 and better than Bad Boys 3. I don't know what it is, but the first ones is always better than all the rest of them. Another movie that I watch is Expendables. I watch Expendables 1, 2, and 3. But again, 1 is better than episode 2 or 3. So thank you for that, Tyrek. I think Tyrek had more than one question. I have to keep looking. Okay, the next question comes from Dontrell L. Ward. Thank you, Dontrell Ward, for commenting. Dontrell asks, would you ever move back to Fort Wayne? No, I don't think I'll move back to Fort Wayne. I'm loving the life that I'm living out here in Texas. There was a time to where when I first moved out here, I had never told anyone until like a year later. My whole goal was just to come out here and see how it was for 6 months. You guys got to keep in mind, before I moved out here, I worked a regular job. I worked 12 hours every single day. I love what I did for a living. My company put me in a position where I was able to get a passport, fly out of the country for a couple weeks, and put me in a supervisor position where I was actually running a show in my department. So it was only going to be like a temporary thing for 6 months just to get a feel of it. And when I moved out here, my job that I quit in Indiana had actually had a company here in Houston. The same company, but it was just a warehouse. And I was given the opportunity to work for that company too. So with that being said, I don't think that I'm gonna be moving back to Fort Wayne. Like, I'll be going back and forth visiting, but it most definitely won't be like a permanent thing for me. Again, I'm really happy with my current situation. So thank you for that question, Dontrell Ward. So the next one comes from on Instagram. She says, how do you feel about politics? Honestly, I don't even engage in politics too much until it's time to vote. I'll be wanting to see who the next president of the United States is going to be. Politics is one of those things that you can talk about. When you talk about politics, man, it's a non-ending discussion. there are so many different branches, parts of politics. People got so many different opinions on politics. So politics is one of the things that I actually try to stay out of until it's time to see who the next president of the United States is going to be. Because politics will have you fighting, it'll have you arguing, it'll have you pulling your hair out. You're not going to agree with everything that the other person says. You're not going to agree with the political leaders. You're not going to believe with the people you're not going to believe in the new people that's trying to take office. You're not going to agree that the old people should leave office. It's just all over the place. I've even, this thing about politics, man. You guys know Donald Trump, he's going through his situation, but a lot of people love Donald Trump. They want Donald Trump back in office, especially a lot of black people. But you guys see what's going on with Donald Trump. And I hear that he's probably going to be running for president of the United States again, even though that he's allegedly going to jail, getting rung up on charges for this and that, and this. I guess that won't stop him from running for president of the United States of America. So I really don't, when it comes to politics, that's something that I try to stay away from. So, but thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. This question comes from Brooklyn on Instagram. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Will you ever do a meet and greet? That's a simple question right there. No, I'm going to stay far as I can away from meet and greets. I'm not the most hated person in the world, but I'm going to tell you, when it comes to the social media thing, I'm not the most liked person in the world either. Meet and greet is something I'm definitely staying away from, so no. But thank you for the question, though. Next question comes from, I can't even read this. It's SP4CHYPE, space 4 hype. Asks, what's the longest you've went without a shower? What's the longest you've ever went without a shower? Days, weeks, etc. I think we all had our bad moments. I think we've all had our moments to where we didn't feel like shower and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna say this. The way I take care of myself right down today, I hadn't always took care of myself the way I take care of myself today as I was growing up in my younger years. Right now today, I take a shower every single day. Actually now, since I'm back in the gym working out, I actually take 2 showers a day. I actually work out, I get sweaty in the morning. I work out, I make it to the gym about between 5:15 and 6:15 every single morning. I don't miss absolutely one day whatsoever. Not one day gonna go by that I'm gonna miss a day of working out. Excuse me. So I take a shower when I get back from the gym. And then I take one later on that evening before I go to bed. Now, if I don't get up and work out, then I will take a shower once a day. So say for instance, if I didn't work out tomorrow morning, I wouldn't take a shower until probably tomorrow afternoon sometime because I didn't really work out and I had took a shower the night before. But I think the longest, I guess the question they're asking is what's the longest I went without taking a shower? Man, probably 2 days. y'all know I'm laughing because I know that there's been times I went longer than 2 days without taking a shower. There was times where I was sick for like a whole week. My back was hurting. Y'all know I got that degenerative disc disease in my back. I might have went some days, more than 2 days without a shower because like when you sick and laying down, you throwing up and puking and stuff, man. Like, you just don't want to get out of the bed. You got that NyQuil in you, or whatever the case is, Dayquil. You just don't feel like getting up doing that stuff, man. But thank you for that. Thank you for that question, though. These are some really good questions. I'm not gonna lie. So, oh my God. Oh my God. I don't want to read this person's name, so don't be offended. This person asked me, Damion, is it true that the older that you get, that your stuff shrivels up? I can't speak for anybody else, right? I'm just keeping it a buck. I can't speak for nobody else out there. But I can only speak on me. When people says, is it true that when you get older, that your stuff shrivels up? Again, I can't speak for the next man. I can speak on me. No, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. And I'm only basing that off of experience. Right now, today, I was 21 at one time. I was 16 at one time. I was 44 at one time. I was 50 at one time. I'm 53. Same results. Most importantly, I have no complaints whatsoever. So I don't know if it's true in some cases that some people shrivel up when they get older, but that has not been the case with me. Now, I don't know, like when I get older down the line, if it's the Lord's will and I'm able to get a lot older than I am now, maybe I will experience that or be able to, give you guys a better answer if I'm still doing YouTube by then. But I'm gonna say right now, in my case, Damion Antoine Cryer's case, absolutely not. Good. So thank you for that question. Next question comes from Shakina. Shakina Peterson on Instagram. She had, looks like I hate when this phone does this. Okay, she had, there we go. She had a couple questions. What is your favorite color? Food, movie? Do you like R&B? Favorite sports? What are your favorite basketball teams? I like the Lakers. I'm not gonna say that's my favorite because I really don't even watch sports like that, man. When it comes to sports for me, anybody who knows me on this platform or off this platform knows I love race cars. I love watching race car shows. I like speedboats, man. I am like over the top when it comes to speedboats. A lot of my search engines on YouTube, believe it or not, are speedboats and race cars. With a little twinkle of drama here and there in my search engine. But I like speedboats and race cars. Again, like I said earlier, my favorite movies are like a lot of the older movies, like Taken, Expendables, Safe House, anything with Denzel Washington in it and Will Smith. I'm all in because a lot of the movies that they play in or that they play the character in are mostly action-packed films. So those are like my favorites. And when it comes to music, I do like R&B, but it has to be like a certain mood for me. Like I can't just sit at home by myself and listen to R&B. But if I got like my boo with me or whatever, it all depends on the mood. But if I'm being frankly honest with you, man, I'm a Lil Baby fan. I love rap music, man. I love rap music. Every day I get up, I will tell you this. You guys ever meet anybody who actually knows me personally? And I don't mean on YouTube. Anybody who knows me personally that's actually been in my houses from when I moved from Indiana to out here, they will tell you, I turn rap music on YouTube every single day. I listen to a certain theme song, Lil Baby, Something to Prove. That's one of my favorite songs. I just like rap music. I guess I grew up in that era when rap music first started. I heard one of the very first rap songs that ever in the history hit the labels. So I'm old school, so it's always been rap for me. So thank you for that question, Shakina Peterson. Okay, the next question comes from Lanisha on Instagram. Oh, this is a really, 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 really good question. She asks, what foods do you hate? Now, that right there is a question I don't think see, these the type of Q&As I like doing, man. Like, questions that's never been asked of me before. What foods do you hate? Jeez, it's not really that much food that I hate. Oh my God, I eat it all, man. From chitlins to hog maws to neck bones to pig feet to pig ear to roach knuckles, back ankles, pig butts, whatever. Hell, I might even try a spider ankle. There's not a lot of foods that I hate, but I will say one of the most hated restaurant foods that I just do not like is Long John Silver. Long John Silver, they fries are good. They sodas are good. No, we call them pop back in Indiana, but they sodas are good. What I don't like is they fish. They use this thick ass breading, and by the time that you get to the fish that's in the middle of the bread, you full off the damn breading. That's like eating a piece of cornbread with a little piece of meat in the middle. So that's one of the foods that I hate is Long John Silver's fish. What else is it? God, I can't really think of too much food that I dislike. I love cabbage. I love every green vegetable that's out there. Gosh, there's not very many foods that I dislike, Lanisha. I apologize. But thank you for asking me that question. Moving on. Somebody named TJ asked me, I'm not understanding this right here. Do you regret on what happened back in 2020 between you and your two sons? Oh, yes, I do. But the thing is, as a father, as a dad, and as a man, I know how it is with brothers. Brothers are gonna fight an argument. I grew up in a single home with my mom raising 5 boys and 1 girl. Me and my brothers, we fought all the time. Damion, Darian, they argue and fight. That's what brothers do, it's just what brothers do. Now, I don't know, like, a lot of people grew up in a household with just like sisters. You might have one boy who grew up in a household with a bunch of sisters, and he may witness his sisters at each other's throat all the time. Or if you're a sister that grew up in a household with all brothers, you don't witness your brothers go in on each other. That's just the way that it is. But I don't think I would say I actually regret it, because you have to learn, man. You have to learn. Darian may not agree with certain things that Damon says, Darian, you need to wash the dishes. Darian may not feel like doing them right then and there. They may have a disagreement over it, That's just what brothers do. But I say thank you for that question, TJ. I don't know if that's the question that you were asking me, but you didn't really go detailed, so that's the only way I know how to answer it. But thank you anyway. So, wow. Marie's Way on Instagram asks, this is a really, really good question. How do you want people to look at you? You guys know when I get certain questions in my Q&As, I kind of go into depth about that question. And this is one of those questions that I'm going to go deep into depth about. So Marie's Way, that was a very, very good question. I'm going to read the question again. How do you want people to look at you? When I started out doing YouTube back in Indiana, I started off doing fishing videos because I wanted to do something positive to motivate people to do different things instead of just getting off work, being tired. Get out and go fishing, go get on a boat, go up and down the river, go to the lake. And, I wanted to inspire, people who went through what I went through growing up without a dad. Not only growing up without a dad, but not even knowing the man's name and not even knowing his name. Never even seen a picture of him, not even know how old he is. No knowledge of what he looks like, and I always wanted people to look at me like, a very, very positive person that was outgoing, who had a sort of a rough lifestyle. And I say sort of because there's somebody out there who's had it harder than me growing up. And, as I got bigger on this platform, I wanted people to really look at me like, man, this is an older man that's doing this thing. He's a good man. He's a decent looking older guy. He's out here really trying to make a difference. And then I really wanted people to know my past. And one of the things I did when I started YouTube was I told people about my past so it could never come back on me. the things I see on YouTube now where you can be searched, like personal stuff can be found out about you, about your past. I never imagined that when I told my story when I first started YouTube, that it would actually be a reality where people would actually and can actually do stuff like that and have access to such sensitive stuff. And so I wanted people to know my story. Hey, you know, I went to prison. I was shot 6 times. I got kids by different women. 3 of my children been the same age. And I love all of my children. I'm very proud of all of my children. I wanted to be looked at as a really, really good person, you know, and, you know, things changed. Things changed. You know, I lost so many followers on this platform, even as of recently, because of like old recordings that was recently played. And them old recordings is like new to people's ears that's never heard it before. And like, it was situations where me and my family was almost destroyed at one time. And that's something that we as a family know that nobody will ever break our mind. No matter how many old recordings come out, no matter what's old coming up out of the ground, nothing's gonna change how me and my children feel about each other. You know, and when those things hit the internet, when those recordings hit the internet that I had no knowledge of, literally I had no knowledge. Because when you with somebody, y'all should be able to share, vent, talk about anything. And so when those hit, you know, the street, it was embarrassing to me. And I knew, well, I had my own hypothesis that it was over with for me, you know, and that you can't take back what's been put out there. And so I realized that the look and the image that I wanted to put out there for how I wanted people to look at me was completely destroyed forever. I mean, it was destroyed forever, and you can never take that back. And, you know, I really thought that it was over with, but then I realized that you have some smart people out there. I'm just gonna say that. You have some smart people out there who's able to see certain things for what it is and see what's really going on. And I guess the look that I wanted to put out there, I felt like that look was destroyed from me. I felt like that there was no coming back for me. And even as of recently, when things took place again and old stuff was brought back up from the past, you know, I said to myself, you know, and, you know, it opened my eyes and made me realize that this stuff is out there forever. And that's the reason why I decided to like take all of my eggs out of one basket, because I realized that it was never going to go away. That's why I started doing other things outside of YouTube. That's why I started doing other things outside of social media, period. That way, anything that's ever happened on this platform can never affect me on any of my other platforms or any of my other businesses. Because I felt like that look that I wanted people to see of me was destroyed. I felt like that my character was completely destroyed. And no matter how many videos I do, no matter how many pranks I put out there, how many mukbangs, how many girlfriends I bring over here, which that's never ever gonna happen again. I mean, ever, unless she got a ring on her finger. People are gonna look at me and just remember that right there. You ever heard that saying, people only remember the last thing that you do to them? Say for instance, if somebody says something to me, and what they said to me was the last conversation that we had, I only remember the last thing that you said to me, the last thing that you did to me. And that's, you forget all of the positive. You only remember the last thing they did to you. So the type of person that I wanted to be and looked at as was a positive person who actually went through, you know, a struggle himself, got out of prison, got his life together, you know, tried to move forward And that's the type of person that I wanted to be. That's the type of person that I wanted people to look at me as. And again, Marie's way, I feel like the type of person that I wanted people to look at me as was completely destroyed. And I decided to just still try to elevate, continue being strong, moving forward, trying to become successful one day. But that was a really, really good question, so thank you for that. Moving on to the next question. All right, we are on the YouTube community post now. Gotta put the glasses on. These words are a lot smaller over here. At Regina Marina 5126 said, is Damion going to come visit anytime soon? And do he talk to his other siblings? Yes and yes. Yes, Damion will be coming to visit soon. And yes, he talks to his other siblings. Next question comes from at Destiny Marie 4273. Where is your fish tank? Do you want another puppy in the near future? My fish tank? Bam. Right there behind me. Do I want another puppy in the near future? That's still up in the air right now. I'm not even really for sure if I want to get another puppy right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just not really good with pets and stuff. Oh my God, I just lost my whole thing. I'm not really good with pets and stuff like that. So I would have to say for right now, nah, I'm cool. Okay, there were some other ones. Okay, at Ashley Faith 82 asks, Damion, do you plan to date soon? Well, as you guys know, anything like that I have going on in my personal life will never be brought to the internet again. And I told you this several months ago, and I stuck to my guns. I only want you guys to see what I want you to see. When it comes to that part of my life, that's personal. I just want to just keep that to myself. You know, you ever heard that saying, out of sight, out of mind? The less people know about your personal life, the less that they can talk about on the internet. I only want to be able to talk about on the internet what I want people to know. But that answer to your question is yes. Yes, I plan on dating again soon. But when it happens, if it hasn't already happened, no one will know about it, ever. Well, I won't say ever. Like I said, if I get engaged or something like that, I might put a little something out there for you guys. Anyway, so thank you guys for that question. This is almost done. At Ashley Faith, okay, that's the same, I'm sorry. At Marie Triplet 7264, do you still talk to Em and Vaughn? Occasionally, but not the way that we used to talk. Like I said, guys, a lot of stuff happened, man. You know, Emily and Vaughn is some really, really good people, man. I'm going to honestly say Vaughn is like I would say a big brother, but I'm a lot older than Vaughn. Vaughn is like a brother to me. He's a really good man. He's a really strong-willed dude, man. Solid dude. But once again, and Emily, she's a wonderful person, man. Never let nobody tell you guys anything bad about Emily. She is a wonderful person. But when it comes to me and Vaughn, you know, we don't really communicate the way that we used to, you know, and again, I have really no one to blame for that but myself. Okay, so the next one comes from at Xario934. When are you going on your next vacation? I don't have it planned yet, guys, but I do tell you, I have been telling you guys this month right here, I have a family reunion coming up in Indiana. It's going to be the first one since 1997, I think, and I'm really excited about it. You know what, though? I can look at that as a mini vacation because I'll be able to see all of my aunties, uncles, all of my brothers, my little cousins, ones I've never met before that was probably born this year. Most importantly, I'll be able to spend some time with Damion while I'm there. So I would say this month, mini vacation. When the family reunion starting, I feel that it's not smart for me to announce the exact day, but it's this month, guys, and I'm really excited about it. So I would say that that's my next vacation. And last question, if I can get this. Come on, Damion. I'm trying to get the person's name. I see the question, but the person's name, the way I screenshotted these. There we go. Okay, it's from one of the same people again. At Marie Triplet 7264 asks, how much money do you make on YouTube? I guess that's a legitimate question right there though, right? That's a legitimate question. Then I got one more question I'm gonna answer. I don't have to even pick my phone up for that. This just came today. How much money do I make on YouTube? Well, as YouTubers, we're never gonna come out and tell you the exact dollar amount. But let's just say first, I don't make as much money as I used to make. There was times I was like, woo, I went almost maybe a year and a half solid. Strong. Boy, when I say strong, I'm talking about the type of money some people don't ever see in a lifetime. I was strong. But I don't make those type of monies anymore on YouTube. But I still make a significant salary that I'm pretty content with it. And I guess if I wasn't doing other things outside of just YouTube, I wouldn't be as content with what I do make. But I'm very content with what I make now. I mean, I can honestly say it's nowhere near it was a couple of years ago. There was a couple of factors that made a lot of things change. A lot of things that changed, you seen fold right before your very eyes. And a lot of it was YouTube. You know, YouTube changes the rules here and there. So you guys know how that is, man. So, I don't ever think like the money that people once made on YouTube, I don't think that they're gonna actually see that type of money again. YouTube has changed the rules really, really crazy lately, man. But you can still make a bag. I will not walk away from this platform until this platform closes down and walk away from us. I'm here for the long haul, man. I said this in one of my last videos. Would you guys rather make $10 a day? Or would you rather make $1,000 a day sitting on your ass making videos? So I'm not going anywhere until they decide to turn their lights off. So the last and final question, I'm not gonna say this person's name. Yo, I seen this question while I was in the car driving home today from work. And it flashed across my front screen. It was an Instagram question, Q&A. This girl asked me, what's my favorite position when I'm in the bed being intimate? I'm gonna try not to be too crazy with it because I know it is younger people watching, man. But my favorite position, man, in the bed when I'm being intimate, man, I'm a side man. I like that thing from the side. Hey, I always been a side man. That's why. Well, let me stop, man. But anyway, listen, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end this Q&A off. I'm sure there's probably one over the period that I wanted to go over. I try to keep my Q&As between 30 and 40 minutes. I don't even know how long it is. But anyway, man, I love you guys, man. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor, though. Go on over and follow me on Instagram right now. Damion Cryer Sr., all lowercasings. I do follow back. Also, go follow me on Facebook at The Cryer Family. We are dropping videos over there 7 days a week. We got some crazy virals over there. Matter of fact, we got a viral 2 days ago, guys. I think it's at 1.7 or 1 point. It might even be at 2 million. I didn't even check today. But go on over, follow me on Facebook, man. We got some bangers over there. And if you are not following me on the Damion Cryer YouTube channel, links will be in the description box down below. We are also dropping 7 days a week over here. We are on the way to 100K over on the Damion Cryer channel. So hopefully I'll be getting that second plaque real soon. Well, actually my third plaque We got a Facebook plaque and a YouTube plaque. But I love you guys, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for all the wonderful questions. And I also want to give a huge shout out to the entire Crier family. But I love all you guys. Until next time, gang.